part of the steps of being lazy to pro. And yeah, please welcome up Sohila.
Good evening, dear Gal Cup members, Toastmaster, and most welcome guests. My name is Sohila, and today my speech is on how to be lazy like a professional. Well, starting off with being lazy as a pro, this is one thing that I think that not everyone has the talent to pull off in their daily lives. First of all, what is the meaning of this? It is the lack of enthusiasm for doing work and sitting around even though you have the ability to move around and do work. I believe that lazy is a very strong word, and we could use a more direct phrase such as selective participation instead. There are many forms of being lazy. It not only includes just sitting around on your sofas or watching Netflix, it also includes the word procrastination and delaying work until the last moment it is due. I believe when you work on an assignment at the last moment, you receive a better mark on it than the other ones you start working on beforehand. Now, what is one thing that comes to your mind when you see me? I probably look like a person who does not like to waste their time and do everything they possibly can in a short amount of time. This is true. I am not a lazy person, it's just that I tend to get highly motivated not to do anything most of the time. I really enjoy wasting my time by doing nothing and leaving everything for the extremely last moment. For example, my science assignment, which is due tomorrow morning, and I have not even started working on it yet. Well, laziness is the mother of all bad habits, but she is also a mother, so I have to respect that. Honestly, I don't think that being lazy is a bad thing when you start doing it like a pro. And since most of us here are young students that go to school and study every day of our lives, this allows me to connect similarities between all of us here and give us some tips on how to be better. First, to look professional, you need to learn how to pretend that you know how to study, even when you don't want to. When you're at home, especially in an Asian household, not studying is not a choice. The key is learning and memorizing each family member's footstep with their speed and style of walking. Also, whatever you do, try avoiding using earphones while studying, because if your parents, especially mothers in my opinion, find out that you were listening to music instead of answering her back by yelling on the top of your lungs and trying to make your voice reach 10 metaphorical floors away, there is a slight chance that you might get into trouble and get your phone taken away, which is not very fun. These days, with the trends changing and style of sarcasm growing, it is also changing with parents. For example, when I am studying and listening to music, they'll say, "Listen to some more, no? Studying isn't that important. Just make the music a little bit louder and then we can all party together." Now think about the comfort of doing absolutely nothing and staying in your comfort zone and the coziness of your surroundings. This also gives you a chance to aim for unrealistically high expectations so that you won't be able to achieve them, and then it'll give you more excuses to stay lazy. You can give excuses for everything you do, like if you have homework to do, think about how stressed out you would be. And if your parents ask you to do the simplest chores and you did a bad job, you might get berated, but at least they won't ask you to do it again. And this gives you a chance to relax again. Another thing is that at least once in our lifetimes, we all must have cheated, whether that be on a test, in a competition, or even in the most competitive game of Uno that you have ever played with your friends by sneaking the bad card under the table while no one is looking and yelling out "Uno," which, by the way, also comes with many voice effects along with it. Well, if you have cheated before, I congratulate you on doing something productive, because I have never been able to do that. At least you know how to solve problems, and you weren't lazy to cheat. A wise person once said, "If you are cheating, you are learning how to solve problems." This also comes with two options while writing a test. Either you could study hard like myself for hours, or you could find the most efficient way to solve a problem. And I would say that hard work pays off in the future, but laziness, it pays off today. And for reconfirmation, I'm not encouraging you to cheat. I'm just trying to say that if you're able to cheat and get a good grade and get away with it, you deserve an A for that. But if you get caught for that, you deserve the letter F, since you weren't smart enough to cheat the right way. Well, before I end my speech, here are some facts that certify you as lazy, and I'm sure many of us can find it synonymous. The farther the remote is, the more you'll like what's on TV. Second, there's no need to charge the phone until it says 5% remaining. Who reads the terms and conditions anyways? Just hit the accept button. If you drop the ice cubes, just kick it under the fridge. It's gonna dry up anyways. And if you have to say something more than once, it's not worth the energy. Lastly, like Bill Gates said, I choose a lazy person to do a hard job because they will find an easier way of doing it. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my speech.